Hey everybody. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Thank you for joining me for this Tuesday night live for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get together and talk about it a little bit. Okay. Especially this first episode that premiered on Friday. Let's talk about it. Let me say hey to everybody. Hey Crystal. Hey little baby. Hey Sister Girl Speaks. Hey Sasha. Hey Antonia. Hey Lanice. Hold on. Let me go up, child, so I can speak to y'all. Hey Sasha. Hey Crystal. Hey, Jeesh. I think I'm saying it right. Jeesha. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Skittles. Hey, Melanie, Tana. Center stage with Gigi. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, my 2 cents. Hey, Momo. Hey, Reese. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Malika. Hey, Dr. Ivy Pearl. Hey, Universe Soul Goddess. Hey, Straight Cherry. Hey, Bretonia. Hey, JB. Hey, Sandria or Sandra. Hey, Shins 93. Hey Terry. Hey Summer. Hey A. Hey Danny. Hey Chelsea. Hey Michelle. Hey, share with me. All right, y'all. So let's get into it, honey. Because I was doing a little refresher before we got on this live, okay? So I could make sure that I hit all my talking points. Because y'all know we on 1 hour because it's a school night and whatnot. So I just wanted to make sure that I hit on everything that needed to be hit on. And the first thing that I want to say before I forget it, Kimmy, Kimberly, please speak up for your damn self. Okay? You doing all that bopping around in the confessional. I mean, they said you were cheating, but kind of by definition, because we were dating. And that's not cool. Girl, I think you're so uncool. I think you're acting a fool. And y'all know I'm going to sing it in a minute, but I ain't got time for that right now. Kimberly, say to him, okay, so I don't know exactly what the hell you were doing when you were down in Atlanta, but you sat right next to me on that couch in front of Carlos Kang as he hosted that reunion and you lied. Okay. And it wasn't cool. So now it's rumors being spread about not only Martell, okay, because his stuff out there. He's a bonehead, allegedly. Child, let me put my allegedly banner up, child. He's a bonehead, allegedly. So you know everything that's all things Martell, I'm sorry, Hotel Holt is already out there. But now they talking about you. And I don't want to be implicated in no mess that has to do with you, honey. I don't want to have to worry about that. People are already side-eyeing you because your brother's with Marsau. So now Marsau down in the motherland talking about he ain't got no service. Shout out to Africa because y'all hear a whole lie. And now I got to deal with you. Honey, speak your speech. Sit up there bouncing around. Oh, I mean, it wasn't cool. I'm like, okay. Okay, child. This gonna be a long one, honey. Because you talking about it wasn't cool, but quite frankly, your man's doing something he had no business doing. And this is the thing for everybody saying, well, he didn't lie. I mean, he said he has never seen them. He lied. Okay. He lied. You know how I know he lied? Because Tisha figured out he lied. Honey, if Tisha can go to the back and get her wits about her and figure out that Maurice is a bald head lie, then he lied. Okay. He said he wasn't there. He said he never saw them in the mix. And that's a whole lie. Because the girl started talking and whatnot. And she said that she's the one that took the picture. So it's a lie. Child, anywho, but before we get into that any further with Maurice and Kimberly, I want to say that people were asking me to watch the whole Miss Wanda thing. Okay. I couldn't do it. Because let me just say something about y'all. I don't know if I have to go see a doctor, child. I don't know what it is I need to see, but I can't stand for people to smack. I don't like, I don't like that. I don't like that. How many times do you have to swallow in one sentence? I don't like to hear it. So therefore, and thus and such, I couldn't watch Miss Wanda because it was giving pure D ignorance. Number one. Okay, just number one. Number two, it was a whole lot of smacking going on. I tried, y'all. I really did. I think I watched maybe like 5 minutes of it. Nah, I'm gonna say I watched like 7. But after the 100th time she smacked her lips together, I almost peeled my skin off, child. It's a phobia or something for it, honey. Just Google it. Get on the Googler and it tells you that it's something like I can't stand it. I remember when I was a little girl, my grandmother told me, girl, what kind of nerves you got for a little girl? You can't stand to hear people eat. I don't want to hear smacking. I don't want to hear lip popping. I don't like to hear slurping. I don't like those kinds of things. Let me tell y'all something. When I do a review, if I hear, I edit the whole thing, scrap the entire sentence. Honey, I don't want to smack in your ear, and I don't want you smacking in mine. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, child, I ain't watched Miss Wanda, but I heard that she was over there calling people monkeys and saying that, Mel had bananas in her back pocket and she need to pass some out or something like that. Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda. Honey, do you understand that you are a direct reflection of Tisha? And I feel like oftentimes Tisha gets no, Tisha, child. She gonna be Tisha down at the event. But I feel like Tisha gets a lot of backlash because of Miss Wanda and the things that she says. And it's like, well, that's your mama. So I mean, as Kimmy would say, by definition, oh, we're gonna have to clown you because we clowning your mama. Now, I'm not on that train. I didn't feel like, everybody needs to team up on Tisha, everybody needs to team up on Miss Wanda. But that display that I saw like a few hours ago, I was like, child, I can't watch this, honey. I don't know what she talking about, but I ain't gonna be able to do it. Phil, thank you for the super chat. Hey, y'all, Wanda looked good though. That live was hilarious. She wants some Maurice. Does she? Okay, see, Phil, if you can edit out the smacking, I can watch it. Child, I can't watch that. I hated everything about it. I said, baby, when she get through smacking, somebody called me. Honey, I went out the room, came back, and she was still smacking. I said, okay, I can't do it, y'all. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Omar says she was trying to sleep with Mel's side piece. Wait a minute, what? And sorry I'm so rude to everybody that came in after I did my, salutations. Hey, y'all. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful Tuesday. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to point out, word on the curb is that Married at First Sight will not be airing a new episode tomorrow. Child, let me find out I got my Wednesday night free. If I do, then maybe we should gather to talk about young, what is it? Is it Young, Famous, and African over on Netflix? Maybe we should gather tomorrow for that if there is no episode. Now, if there is an episode, and y'all know I'm going to watch it and review it or whatever. But that's just a side note. Okay. So anywho, back to the mess. Here we go. Elena said, I'm at work, but I just came in to give you your like real quick. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Hold on. Phil said Wanda called everyone who Mel hangs around a monkey. Oh no, she didn't, Phil. See, I didn't know nothing about I didn't even get to that. I just couldn't get it. The mispronunciation of words, and then she was making words that wasn't really words, which don't bother me because I have southern aunts, honey, and they will make up a word in a minute. And I'll be like, I know, exactly. Honey, I'm gonna laugh with them and kiki and we're gonna have a good time. But it was just the smacking, honey. I couldn't do the smacking. S. Sunshine and Flowers, thank you for the super chat. I missed yesterday's service, but one of the members said we were raising funds for a new mic. Not one of the members. Oh, child, y'all did me right yesterday, honey. Amazon is on the way. Do y'all hear me? We're going to have us a new mic before the end of the week, baby. The building fund. Honey, y'all paid your tithes and your offerings. Do you hear me? Child, y'all made sure y'all took care of me yesterday, and I do appreciate y'all. Trust me, I appreciate y'all. All right, so there are 339 of you on this live. Please like the live for me or dislike it or just engage in the chat. Something. Yes, please like it. Thank you, Elaine. Okay, so Tana said, why does Marcel think he's the smartest person in the room? I think that's what irks me about him. And I think that's what he does not like about Lewis because I was watching. And as I was watching and dissecting, I feel like Marceau doesn't like a person that will challenge him intellectually, which is why he's married to Tisha. Now, Tisha is book smart. Don't get me wrong. Tisha's a smart lady, has her master's. She doing the damn thing. Shout out to Tisha. But she does not challenge Marceau. And so when Lewis get to talking back, honey, and they going forth and forth, he does not like that because Lewis and Tiffany think they the smartest people in the room. So if you get them two and they think they the smartest, then you got Marceau and he think he the smartest. Somebody gonna have to be smarter than the other one. And then they looking at Tisha and asking her, are you smarter than a fifth grader? And she looking like, what? And then they looking at Miss Wanda, honey, it's a whole fool. So therefore, and thus and such, you're absolutely right. Marceau thinks that he is the smartest person that ever did walk the face of the earth. But y'all know what I caught when they were sitting at dinner? And Tisha, your hair looked beautiful, honey. I want to say that again. Baby, that braid out was everything. But anywho, when Marceau was sitting with Tisha, he was like, yeah, I just wanted to, just get away. I mean, we didn't have service out there. And I'm like, we? Er? Honey, I know you ain't talking about the people that's from there. Because, baby, I'm pretty sure they have service. So who is we? Uh-huh. Okay. That was a little Freudian slip, I believe. But, she ain't catch a child because she just talking. And another thing that stood out to me is the fact that he wanted her to remain hush. And I said, okay, he don't want her to say too much because he know one thing about Miss Likeness and two-parent household. Shout out to you. Um, she will call you out after seeing anything that you do. Every single thing that they do on this show, she is going to go live, sitting there looking crazy, not saying nothing. And girl, please stop going live just to sit up and have people look at you in that swoop. Don't nobody want to look at you in that, honey. If you gonna talk, then say something. If you ain't gonna say nothing, then please stop going live, child, because it's giving Christ. Okay, don't make no sense. Hold on. Sis said Wanda and Scott 1.0 are hating way too hard on Melody. It's annoying. She had an entire live about whatever the situation was from Saturday's episode. Now, like I told you, I only watched 5 minutes of it, but from the cliff notes that someone sent me in my DM, she was basically saying that Melody was calling Tisha her enemy, but Tisha is not her enemy. Her enemy is two-parent household and Martell. Now, on that, I gotta agree. Enemy is a really strong word. It really is. And also, I want to point out something else. Thank y'all for reminding me in the comments that the reunion had a little something going on with Tisha and Melody. I forgot about that part. Because, baby, people were going crazy. And, well, what about when Tisha? Let me tell y'all something. I got 49,000 different TV shows in my head, honey. I thought I was watching Sisters, okay? Shout out to Tyler Perry. Honey, I don't look. I can't remember every single detail, every single reunion snippet. I don't remember all that. Please don't be disrespectful in the comments and start saying, "Oh, really? So what about Mel?" Mel is not above reproach. Let's get that out the way right now. This ain't the channel where I'm not gonna say anything bad about Mel. Everybody gonna get it. Mel, Kimmi, any, mini, miny, and Mo. All of them. Okay. So if she does something that's fake and phony to me, I'ma call it out. If Kimmy's sitting here not speaking her speech, I'ma call her out. If Tisha acting like she ain't got no sense, I'ma call her out. Everybody gotta be called out. But people are so fixated on, no, no, we wanna, lift Mel up and put her on our shoulders. She's the queen. Look, I am so sorry for what Mel went through, honey. I done been through it myself. Okay, I have. So I love her progress. I love that she's doing the damn thing. I love that she's taken lemons and made lemonade. But at the same time, Mel has some nastiness about her. She has some messiness about her. And there's some things about her that need to be called to the carpet. And people don't want to see it because of the empathy they have for her because Martell is such an asshole. But at the same time, they wanted the same. Like, let's just keep it real. And for Miss Wanda to have an entire live dedicated to tearing her down, now I don't condone that. Now, lady, if you don't go find something else to do, but we shall talk about Mel over here on this channel. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit and act like Mel is just, she never does anything wrong and she's perfect. Mel be lying, honey. How you forget a whole man? You giving a whole man fellatio. You don't remember that? Oh, okay, girl. Child, you don't remember that, but you remember them saying you were a Scorpio. Okay. Her name is Annalisa said Miss Wanda was on live making a donkey of herself as Mel's new song Done was climbing the iTunes charts. Child, it cannot be better than I think you're so uncool. I think you're acting a fool, and all my friends be roasting you. Shout out to Melody. Honey, ain't gonna nothing gonna ever be better than that song. Well, I don't know now, because now we got what's her name? Destiny. And Destiny singing, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, honey. Um, ma'am, it's all right to have a dream, but leave it to Martin Luther the King, okay? Because we do not want to hear you singing Destiny. Okay, shout out to Destiny. Future said, I know you've at least raised funds for a foundation in the walls of the church house thus far. Future, future. Do you know how much the internets cost when you got to be on the internets all day long, child? Ooh, honey. But I did, raise enough funds to get me a mic. Hey, Monique King. Hey, Shanna. One person we all know is not the smartest is Martell. Yeah, speaking of him, Monique. So as I'm watching, Martell gonna have enough nerve to say, well, we all cheating, but I'm the bad guy. Martell, even if everybody in the whole wide world cheated, you would still be a bad guy, honey, because you cheated. That doesn't erase y'all remember when it was a clip floating around Instagram with Drea, and she was like, I think your wholeness can be deleted. Martell, your wholeness has not been deleted. Okay, it's still there. So therefore, and thus and such, you still the bad guy. Now, boy, if you don't go, hold on, let me say something about these super chats. Thank you, Melanie, for the super chat. Thank you for keeping it real about Mel. That is why she acts like Beyonce right now. Shout out to the Beehive. Thank you for the super chat, FF. Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep it real. You can like a person because I like the cast in its entirety. As an ensemble cast, they all give something. This is one show where I can say everybody gives the judge. Okay. But here lately, I think it's been more so the Mel and Martell show. And I don't like that because the other cast members should get a fair shot at showing their lives and what they have going on. For the past 3 seasons, we have been centered around the side piece, Martell, and Mel. And then it's been like some sneaky stuff going on in between that. And nobody ever says anything because it's so hyper focused on Martell and all his cheatation. But we also have to just be fair. You know, we got to be fair about it. Joyce said, remember their first date was Home Depot? Whose first date? Martell and Mel? I can't remember who you're talking about. Lavelle Jones said, hey, boo, you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm listening while I wash the dishes. Hey, girl, hey. Hold on, here we go. Thank you. Wait a minute. Am I pronouncing it right? Is it Shanina or is it Sheena? I think you told me how to pronounce it before in the comments, but I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Hey, girl, just came here to say, y'all better leave my girl Misha alone. She does not have to be a male stan. That's why I love your commentary. I'm not a fan. She is definitely phony. I got your back. Woo, child, they was ripping me a new one in them comments. Do y'all hear me? I was like, oh, honey, welcome to the block group. Honey, I ain't got time to play with y'all. Claire said, clearly Marceau is less than smart. He chose to say phones don't work in Africa. Pure ignorance. Because he knows that he can get over on his wife, which is pathetic. Because I would have said phones don't work in Africa. Oh, okay. Well, let me hop on the Googler, honey, and ask if phones work in Africa. That was just dumb. They don't all live in huts, okay, and walk for food and water every day. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, stop acting like, we're watching one of those commercials where they say if you have 5 cents a day or 3 cents a day, send something over or whatever. Marcel, that's just purely ignorance. Okay, saying you don't have cell service out there and all that. And she just bought it. And then he started to overtalk her with things that child that were very Marceau, being, giving his Marceau isms. Well, they don't trade their time for money. And so what I want us to do is I want us to build I don't want to hear nothing about that. Okay. You traveled to an entirely different continent without me and your kids. If anything were to happen, ain't no way you gonna get back to me in time. And on top of that, y'all, Africa is not a trip you just wake up in the morning and say, you know what? It's not the ATL. Okay. You don't just wake up and be like, whoo, want to go to Africa today. Yep. It's Thursday, 2 o'clock. I'll go to Africa tomorrow. No. You have to plan that. You have to get your ducks in a row. You got to make sure that you have everything that's everything to get yourself over to that other continent. That is not a down the street trip. So the fact that Marceau is trying to act like it was just something I needed to do. No, sir. Allegedly, okay? It probably was a trip that was planned, and then you said whatever it is you needed to say so you can get down there. Now, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. I don't want to say that there's not anything, I don't want to discount his mental health and saying that it wasn't about his mental health. I don't want to say that. But what I will say is, how can you leave your wife in Huntsville and you go all the way down to Africa and she's never been? That's like a trip that you want to experience for the first time together. Miss Wanda would have watched them kids. Honey, I know she would have. Queen Paradise said, my thoughts is the only way Marceau is willing to handle them children is when she leaves and knows she is beautiful. Absolutely. He didn't even know they had allergies. Child, you don't even know the children's allergies. You don't go anywhere with Tisha whenever she goes on trips. You stay behind. When she went down to Houston last year, shout out to H-Town to get the whole chocolate in a bottle thing going. You had to stay back. Why you always got to be separate? Do y'all ever fly on a plane together? Honey, you give it that's suspicious. Honey, because that don't make no sense to me. I'm like, something ain't sounding right. Child, absolutely not. TT Thomas said, but she doesn't watch the show. Exactly. I'm like, girl, you watch that show because every time this show goes off, you go live. Okay, so please cut the crap. Sitting there doing absolutely nothing but looking into the camera while everybody says, "What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Huh? Say something. We want the tea, girl." Girl, gone. C ain't for cookie. Thank you for the super chat. Did y'all see that commercial with Tisha and Destiny? Man. Listen, this is what I want to say. I saw the commercial. Oh, child, I really don't. Tisha just be having it so hard. I really hate to just really Tisha. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Everybody can't give sexy. Everybody can't give sexy walks. Everybody can't give sexy talks. I don't know what Destiny's hair was doing in it. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure. And then they got together talking about a family that prays together, stays together, or a family that grow together, know together, or whatever was the term to get the kaleidoscope sold. It didn't make no sense to me. People that watch the show together, they know together, they grow together. It was just giving me crazy. I was like, what is this? What is this? When I tell y'all, because I didn't see it the first time, okay? Because I went to go have me a refreshing beverage break like I like to do. So everybody was asking in the comments, had I seen the commercial? I said, let me find this commercial, child. So I went on Judy's page and she had the commercial there. And I said, child, let me watch this. Child, here come Tisha stomping through. I love my hair. I wear it to the event or whatever she said. And then Destiny was leaning over there. Sometimes when I wink, my hair grows, or whatever she said. And baby, then they came together. Those that grow together know together. Kaleidoscopes, hair products. I'm like, okay, child, I'm not about to play with y'all, honey. It's given we ain't got no budget. Judy, don't do that no more. Okay, now I know you got a bigger budget than to be playing around with Tisha and Destiny, talking about the friends that grow together, know together, whatever they were saying, child. Monique, thank you for the super chat. Marsau went and secretly got his vaccinations to go to Africa, just like he did that vasectomy. Y'all know what? I had to actually go back to remember that he did get a vasectomy. Y'all be reminding me in them comments, okay? I said, you know what? I need to go back to episode 1 of season 1 and rewatch it. Cause I forgot that he snuck off and got that vasectomy. Child, he be doing all kind of stuff. Unbeknownst to Tisha. Denise said, honestly, Tisha and Kimmi overlooked their husband's infidelity, allegedly. I think that they will be the ones to hold on to their men so that no one will have them. Let me tell y'all something my grandma told me a long time ago, because you are absolutely right, Denise. I was married to this fool, and my grandmother said right in my face and told me, girl, don't let him win. Don't let him get your man. Don't let him win. I said, oh, child, if this ain't some 1801 bullshit, I don't know what is. Now, grandma, I love you, okay? But I'm going to have to let him go. Because, baby, you will not bring me no disease I can't get rid of. Absolutely not. But you're right. Some women do that. That's a Southern thing. They feel like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to him by just sticking with him. No matter what he's doing to me, I'm just going to stick with him. Absolutely not. Honey, you don't work like that. JB said, Mel ain't innocent. Absolutely not. Child, don't let the stands. Ooh, child, they're going to be. I'm going to come back to 2 subscribers. Y'all stick with me now. Y'all stick with me, honey. Because, baby, no male slander will be tolerated. Child, everybody can get it. Destiny need to shut the hell up with all that singing in the background. And they need to let go of all them pleather pants. They got them pleather pants in every color. Child, this is a fool. Miss Shawn said Melanie dropped another song, by the way. I saw it. What is it called? Down. I wanna be down. Well, not that down, because that's Brandy, but yeah, I remember. Child, I seen it. I said, not Mel done dropped another hit that's gonna sweep the nation. Tanisha said they had to be talking about Mel for Mel to knock on the door and for Destiny to meet with her. Okay, so Tanisha, this is what I'm thinking, okay? Because I thought long and hard about this. Now, I rewatched their recollection of events. Now, for Mel, Kimmi asked her, she said, well, what did they say? And girl, I don't even know what they said. I mean, it don't really matter what they said. But you just said that Destiny admitted to whatever it is she said, and then she apologized for it. Then I went over here to Destiny. And Destiny was like, it wasn't so much what we were saying, okay, which would contradict Mel's statement of she said something about me that was derogatory. It was just that she was talking to the enemy. No matter which one we listen to, both of them can agree that Tisha is ass out when it comes to them. So we can agree on that part. But then in Mel's defense, I don't know if Mel would get on camera and just flat out say Destiny apologized if Destiny didn't really apologize. Because eventually they're going to see these things. And the reunion is going to air, and Destiny is going to have to answer to the fact of whether or not she apologized. So the truth is somewhere in the middle. Everybody got a little lying problem. Okay. I feel like Mel said a little lie when she was telling hers because all of a sudden you don't know what they said, but you knocked on the door. Okay, girl. Then you got Destiny over here, and she's like, yeah, I met with Mel and we had breakfast or whatever. And I felt like if that happened the way that Mel said it happened about the knocking on the door, why wouldn't Tisha say, oh, well, that was crazy when she knocked on the door and said we were talking about her? You know how Tisha is. She can't hold water. She would have been like, we were not talking about her. Why would she say that? That is why it's making me believe that parts of it wasn't true and parts of it was the truth, if that makes sense, child. That's what I think. But I could be wrong, child. Just Me said, if you know about someone doing me greasy and say nothing but call me a friend, hold on, where's the rest of your comment? It went away. Or did it just stop at friend? Okay, just me. Well, that's I understand that because when the reunion aired, I remember saying in my review, I ain't talking to none of y'all. The fact that you knew my man was cheating on me, I ain't talking to none of y'all. But let's not forget, okay, let's roll it back. Honey, let's roll it back. Mel knew that Marsau was supposedly, allegedly cheating and sleeping with her hairdresser. She ain't say nothing to Tisha. So I mean, if we gonna be mad, let's all be mad at each other. And why you talking to Kimmi? Kimmi knew as well. But see, people love Kimmi so that they overlook that Kimmi got her ways too. But Mel knew some stuff about Marsau, and don't even start to think that Martell did not go home and tell Mel everything that Marsau was doing to deflect what he was actually doing. Okay, because Martell can't hold water either. So I know he probably was at the house talking Mel's ear off and telling her all things cheatation when it came to Marsau. And she knew that Tisha was getting cheated on, allegedly, and she didn't say anything. So I don't know which cheating came first. I don't know if it was Martell's cheating or Marsau's cheating, or honey, if they cheated in unison, I'm not sure. But the whole entire group ain't none of them friends to each other. Destiny wanted to be down with Mel, even though she was really friends with Martell first. Okay. Mel don't want to be bothered with Destiny for whatever reason. Okay, and we're gonna get into that when the episodes progress. She don't want to be bothered with Destiny. She said at the reunion, I haven't been answering the phone because I don't really want to be bothered with people. When the show is over, I just want to unplug and I just want to get away from them. She don't want to be bothered. Okay. Well, if she wanted to unplug from Destiny and she didn't want to be bothered, people were saying, well, why would you go sit with Tisha and talk about Mel? Well, according to Destiny, she was sitting with Tisha figuring out what was said when she wasn't on the set, when she wasn't up there for the reunion. And why would she go talk to Mel? Mel don't want nothing to do with her. Girl, let me tell you something about me. You got 2 times not to answer my text and or phone call. And baby, you'll never hear from me again. Child, you be searching for me in the daytime with a flashlight. I will not run you down. So if she was continuously calling Mel and Mel was not to be bothered, why would she go sit with Mel and try to figure out what's going on? Clearly, she doesn't want to be bothered with you. Now you are one of them. But the crazy part about it is that Destiny left her car. Y'all remember that? When Miss Wanda was outside acting a fool with Martell, and Martell was getting in Miss Wanda's face over at Kimmy's son's graduation party, Destiny left her car, left her keys and her purse, I believe, and got in the car with Melody and drove away because Melody was upset. But you won't even answer my phone calls? I don't want us to forget that last season Mel was not the best friend that she could be. So I'm trying to figure out how you think it's okay to sit with Kimmi and talk bad about Tisha and Destiny, and they not invited this and that, but you don't want them to talk about you. Y'all all talk about each other quiet as it's kept, honey, and y'all ain't fooling me, honey. And if you think I'm stupid enough to believe that y'all don't get together and talk about each other, sure, please. Michelle, thank you for the super sticker. They getting together talking about each other. Melanie, thank you for the super chat. I'm just making sure that I show them all because I don't want y'all to think that I'm not acknowledging them. Hopefully, I didn't pass them up. Hold on. Tonga said, Melody's congratulations to Kimmi was phony with a purpose. Wasn't it though, child? It was like, oh, congratulations. Oh, you got a new puppy. Oh, something to keep you company while Maurice cheats in Atlanta. So, girl, what you gonna do if he be cheating on you? When Mel asked that girl that, I hollered. Well, not girl, the woman. When she said that to Kimmi, I hollered. And let me tell you why I laughed and cackled so loud. So let me tell y'all this, child. So I had a coworker. Me and that ex, we used to work together, right? And I had a coworker that knew that he was cheating on me with the other coworker. Right. Okay. It's a little story time. It's not really a story time. She knew that I was getting cheated on. So one day she comes to me and she says, hey girl, you look beautiful. Flips my hair and whatnot. I'm like, girl, please don't touch me. But anyhow, get into it if you're gonna get into it. And she was like, girl, you look beautiful. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So girl, I saw Ralph. Honey, I'm just gonna give him a name. I saw Ralph, girl, and I saw him over there with Sarah, and I was like, Misha's not gonna like that. Girl, but it looks like they were eating lunch together. So what are you gonna do if they were eating lunch together? Girl, what if he cheating on you? And she would pretend to be my friend to come and kind of like drop a bomb on me every few days. Like every time she would talk to me, it would be something about that ex. And I'm like, girl, please stop talking to me. So that's what it was giving me. It was giving me, let's meet together so that I can get in your business, child, because I ain't got nothing else going on. Shayna said, if it wasn't for Martell being the husband he was, would we really like Mel? She's giving mean girl. Shayna, you better speak your speech, honey, because I'm going to tell you this. I understand exactly what she went through. I understand that. But at some point, when are we going to stop going backwards and forwards and forwards and backwards? And people were saying, well, it was because of what Tisha said at the reunion. I rewatched the part of what y'all were talking about with the reunion thing, and she said that Mel didn't know how to be a friend. No lies detected. I don't feel like she knew last season how to be Destiny's friend. That's what I think. But to her defense, Destiny wasn't much of a friend to her either. Because let me tell you something, if I'm telling you all my business and you can't tell me nothing about you, then we're not really friends. Okay. So you went through an entire divorce. You did everything that you did in your personal life and you didn't tell me nothing. So me and you, we ain't cool like that. So therefore, and thus and such, I'm going to move like we not cool like that. So it just goes back to what I was saying about none of them are really friends. They want to be friends, and I'm hoping Kimmi does not get wrapped up in the middle like she always does, because that's gonna be a mess. Oh, child, that is going to be terrible. Under the olive branches said, since the reunion, Martell thinks he and Mel are even. He's starting with a clean slate with this season. So he says, laugh out loud. Yeah, he was all like, and then this is the thing too that I was looking at with Martell. I'm like, Martell, why do you keep talking about this woman? Y'all are divorced. And Lewis was like, well, when you're separated, Lewis, they're not separated. They are divorced. Okay. He had a wife. He cheated on her for almost half of the marriage. Honey, they're divorced. So Martell, why do you keep talking about she cheated on you? Child, does it matter? Y'all ain't together no more. Go on, child. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with you. Hold on. Let me go down so I can get y'all's comments. Hot Cocoa Bang Bang said Kimmi will happily be in the middle so she won't have to answer questions about Maurice. Yeah, that's true. Now Maurice gonna tell Kimmi, go over there and check on Tisha. Be the big sister that she needs. Oh, now y'all worried about Tisha. Baby, Tisha has been being cheated on, allegedly, throughout this whole series. Okay. Mel been talking about this woman cheating. Martell been talking about Marsau cheating. Him and Marsau almost came to a little fisticuffs. Nobody was worried about Tisha. Now all of a sudden y'all worried about Tisha? Okay, Maurice. Jeremy said, and I wish people would stop saying Mel should move to Atlanta. If Mel went to Atlanta, she would fade into oblivion because Huntsville, she's the it girl. But in the ATL, there are thousands of it girls, and they all trying to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, child. Woo, honey. I don't think she should move to Atlanta either. I think she does fine on this show, and I think that this is really helping her platform, and that is so smart. Because let me tell you something. If I had that platform, I'd be parlaying it into all kind of stuff too. I used to want to be a rapper and a singer back in the day. Child, you know, we all think we can rap and sing, okay? And I would be doing the same thing as Mel. Singing, I think you so uncool, I think you acting a fool. And all my friends be roasting you. I've been singing the same thing. AD 566 said, Tisha said she didn't care about Mel at the reunion. They are co-workers. Melody hates Huntsville. Yeah, she did say that. But that's because Mel doesn't like them. And it's clear. She don't like them. So this is what I want to ask y'all. And y'all give me y'all honest opinion. I really want to know this. Why is it that Mel can state that she don't like people and she don't want nothing to do with them, and that's fine? Well, that's because they did this. But if Tisha says, you're not a good friend, I don't want anything to do with you, I feel like this, why can't she have the right to say that? I'm not being funny or anything. I just really want to know the answer to that. Because maybe it's something I missed, or maybe it's something that I forgot. Because like I told y'all, I got a million and one, episodes in my head. So I just want to know, why does she get a right to stand firm and who she wants to deal with? But when other people do it, it's not okay. Like, I just want to know. Like, why can't she say, you're not a good friend to me, you're not this. But then if she turns around and rolls her eyes sitting with Kimmi and is like, child, please, I don't do fake. And this, and this. Why is that okay? Hey, Shania. Mel seems to only been cool with them because of the show. She looks down on them, in my opinion. I mean, touche. Ed said, Tisha is annoying, but Mel did try to create scandal around her marriage because hers was blown up. She did. She did. And the crazy thing about it is everybody fighting when it's all the men's fault. Do y'all understand how great this show would be if they all band forces, Mel, Kimmi, Tisha, Destiny, and then be like, F them? Because in the beginning, I do think that Melody was trying to help Tisha by telling her, girl, look, you do not have to be under Marsau's thumb. You need to get out. You need to start networking. You need to give yourself the zhuzh. Don't be in this house with these kids 24 hours a day. Come build an empire. Do your thing. Okay. And then something happened. And then all of a sudden, Tisha started talking about the girl got a BMW. And then Mel started getting mad because she knew that the hairdresser was sleeping with Marsau, allegedly. And it just came to be a whole fool. Like, it ain't making no sense. Markeisha said, Mel always seems to grow closer to folks when their relationships are in shambles. Oh, Markeisha, are you me or am I you? It's like, child, listen. Your stuff falling apart, girl. Hey. Tisha did the exact same thing though. With what? Knowing the situation about yeah, that's what I mean, I agree. I agree with you. She did do the same thing. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, when are we gonna call them all out? All of them the same. Denise says she can. Mel finally realized that Tisha and Destiny, maybe Kimmi, knew about Martell's cheating. I'm sorry, not Kimmi. Maurice doesn't share anything with his wife. Baby, Kimmi knew. Denise, Kimmi knew. Honey, it ain't no way. Now, listen. One thing I can say, now Maurice might not tell a lot of things, honey, and he be doing stuff he ain't got no business doing, especially as it relates to Kiowa and MJ and all that whole situation. But remember back some seasons, I think this is like season 2, where things were just starting to fall apart with Mel and Martell, or come to light where we knew about it. And Kimmi was really close with the guys. Like, she was closer with the guys than she was with the girls. And remember, they went to go look for some camping gear and Kimmi was there. And I'm like, why is Kimmi here? All the men here and then just Kimmi? And she was over there talking to Martell because she wanted Martell and Martell and Melody to get back together. Kimmi knew. Kimmi knew. And I feel like if you going I think that's they all said that they knew on the stage. And I remember saying, "Oh, all y'all knew? Oh, hell no, honey. I wouldn't talk to not none of y'all. Do you hear me? Not none. I would never talk to them people again." Child, please. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Kimmi, her hands ain't clean, child. She's sitting there skidding and grinning. She knew just like everybody else. Nessa said Marcel was trying to spend peaceful time with his other female, allegedly. Okay, these are all opinions. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing over here. We just saying. Child, we just saying. Thank you, black girls, getting your shift together are getting their shift together. Thank you for the super chat. They're all toxic AF. They low key don't like each other for real, for real. And that all stems from that comeback group. Okay, because we got to remember about the comeback group. That's what's really going on. They all had a problem with each other that stemmed from them 40 acres and that whole comeback group situation. Because when it was the Holtz, okay, the incredible Holtz, when it was them versus the Scotts, Scott 2.0 and 1.0, it was Team Mel and Martell because they were sticking together, child. That's when she was gonna stick beside him. That's when they were sticking together and they were against the Scots. But then Mel and Martell were divided. So it's like, who gets the friends? So Martell, and the dudes, bros before pros, they gonna stick together. But then you have Kimmi and Tisha. And so then Tisha was like, well, Mel was saying this about my marriage because Tisha want to stay in the dark and whatnot. Girl, if you don't cut on the light, Mel is like, I will not be the only one being cheated on. So she over here. Then you got Kimmi in the middle, and she's like, well, she said on the reunion, if she were not related to Tisha by marriage, she would not be friends with Tisha. That's not her kind of chick. So therefore, and thus and such, she leaned more towards Mel, which Tisha could see. And, she just felt like, well, wow, why are you taking her side? And you're supposed to be my sister-in-law. But Tisha, you wasn't saying all that when you were sitting up skinning and grinning with Kiowa. Honey, don't think we forgot. Okay, so I mean, like you're saying, yeah, black girls getting their shift together, all of them toxic. And it's all because of that comeback group. Child, and we don't even hear about that no more. I was like, what happened to the comeback group? Child, comeback group. Child, we don't hear nothing about that. Yeah, she was shopping with the men. I was like, baby, Kimmi is close with the men, ain't she? Child, made me side eye her a little bit. Because what you hanging on to Martell for? We don't like Martell. He cheated on our friend. So therefore, and thus and such, we don't hang with Martell. Child, I wish I would hang with my best friend's cheater, or even not my best friend, just one of my friends. Child, I'm gonna stick with the woman. When it all boils down to it, I'm gonna stick beside the woman in the situation. I will not be going no shopping with no Martell. Absolutely not. DeSosa says some people are actually quite incapable of a real friendship and they don't know how to do anything else besides use people equals male. And I think maybe she is not a girl's girl, and that's okay. Some people are not girls. They're just like people that have a lot of associates, a lot of people know them, but they don't form those type of friendships that last for years and decades. And I went to elementary school with her and middle school, and we've been friends since we were 6. She doesn't have that, but she's capable of formulating a friendship. Like with Tiffany. All last season, she was taking Tiffany's side. And people were like, well, I thought you were cool with Destiny. And Destiny, she blew up her spot at her birthday brunch. Mel was on the side of Tiffany. We get to the reunion. Mel talking about, I don't know Tiffany like that. I just know her for the Chambers of Commerce. Ma'am, you mean to damn tell me you've been taking up for Tiffany and her kitten heels and them Payless dyed shoes she likes to wear, and you're not even really friends with her? Oh, baby, if I was Destiny, I'd be singing too. Turn me up, boy, you on another level. If it's up, then it's stuck, boy, you're playing with the devil. Child, oh my goodness. Child, turn me up in the headphones. How you gonna say you ain't even friends for real with Tiffany? Don't even know her like that. But yet, you took up for her over Destiny. Child, I ain't got time to play. Amina said they all knew. But how can you blame them for not talking? Because I believe they are frowns because of the guys. Oh, friends. They all knew, but how can you blame them for not talking? Because I believe they're all friends because of the guys. But they could have told Mel. Yeah, you right. It is a sticky situation, but I call that somebody hiding me out in the open. Like, just tell me, honey. Even though I might get a little mad or something. I don't, child, don't worry about just don't worry about the way I'm gonna react. I'm gonna come back and apologize to you. But please tell me, okay? Even if I want to sit in the dark like Tisha with no lights on, honey. Even if I need to call a electricity company, cut the lights on. If I want to sit in the dark, let me sit in the dark. But please tell me something. Cause Mel was skinning and grinning. That's when she had the side bangs with the short hair. And she was, thinking everything was good. Little did she know that everybody named mama knew that she was being cheated on except her. Child, oh, when I tell y'all I would never talk to them people, oh, honey, every time I repeat it, I can't stand it. Mm-mm-mm. I can't stand it, y'all. Tress Love said, so maybe that's why Mel isn't checking for them. And a good friend and Bro G a good friend because they weren't friends to her. And isn't okay, I guess you're trying to say, and isn't being a good friend to them because they weren't friends to her. None of them were friends to each other. Tisha and her been going tit for tat since the first episode. And the thing about it too is, if I were Tisha, I would have bowed out gracefully once Mel put me out of her event. Once you embarrassed like that, ain't no coming back. Ain't no come back, bitch. Child, no, I'm never gonna speak to you because you embarrassed me in front of all those people. You escorted me out, howdy doody, which was a security guard. Child, he escorted Tisha out of the event and embarrassed her. Tisha was sitting in the car crying, had to call Marsau. Marsau was like, why do you want to be friends with these people? Just leave it alone. Because that's when he was really feuding with Martell. But then all of a sudden the tables turned. Because Martell probably told him, I don't mind putting things on Instagram. So tread lightly. That's when all of a sudden Marsau was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just forgive Martell. I mean, it's not even that serious. So let's just forget. They put your wife out of an event. Some ain't right with them. Some ain't right with none of them, child. Mm. Britt, thank you for the super chat. Are there any folks in Huntsville not cheating? I guess the people outside this circle, those outside of this circle, child. Thank you all for the super chats. I'm trying to go down so I can get to them. Okay. I see Katie Pop that you sent me a super chat. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Yes, that's what I want to know about. Hold on. They said, what's up with the 40 acres at this point? That's what I want to know. Yvette said, Misha, I believe Kimmi is coming with the smoke. I do believe she will leave. You think so, Yvette? I don't know. You know what? If I really just think about it, I feel like she has her wits about her. And if she found out that he cheated in that marriage, she may leave. But then at the same time, when I was watching this episode that just passed, I'm like, Tisha and Kimmi are not that far apart. They're kind of like, in regards to their marriage, they're not that far apart. It seems like, and it's nothing wrong with loving through your marriage, for better or for worse, through sickness and in health, till death do us part. I understand. I'm not advocating for people to just go around and get divorced. You made a mistake, divorce. No, I'm not saying that. But you can't just let people run all over you either. Because if they think they can do it, they gonna do it. But you might be right, Yvette. She may leave. Divine University said, what's up with the 40 acres at this point? Seems like that should be the focus. That's what I was thinking. And I mean, we hear about it every now and again, but child, it can't be the focus because we know Martell still ain't got no builder's license. So what they gonna do with it, child? Absolutely nothing. Martell still ain't did nothing. Season after season talking about Mel, but still ain't got that builder's license. Boy, leave this woman alone. Okay? She's moved on. She's prospering, honey. Wig sitting right, singing, making songs, touring, or doing whatever it is she's doing. Why don't you do something to be productive and move yourself forward? But then they did say he had a wine or something coming out. I'm like, oh, okay. Lighty said, I think the cast is jealous of Tisha, and audience members relate more to Mel because they sympathize with her for being cheated on. Hmm. I do think the audience does sympathize with Mel because she's being cheated on, or she was cheated on. Oh, child, I bet she's so happy she ain't got to worry about that. Oh, baby, ain't no feeling like being free. Shout out to Destiny's Child. Baby, when you are done with a cheater, that is the best feeling in the world. Do y'all hear me? But as far as the cast being jealous of Tisha, I don't think so. I don't think they're jealous of Tisha because they see the error in the way that Tisha behaves and the way she thinks. she's almost childlike when she gets next to Marceau, and that's not becoming. For her to come from a woman like Miss Wanda that's always doing all that talking, you would think that Tisha would be more like, I'm gonna stand up for myself and I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. But I did see an interview with Carlos King, and he did say that this season we were going to see a side of Tisha that we never saw. And I'm like, okay, shout out to Dr. Francis. Because Dr. Francis had Tisha acting a little different last season. I said, okay. Hold on, let me go on down here. Sweet Sass said, but Misha, Mel had taken her cheater back numerous times. Oh, she did. And I believe that she probably wouldn't have left had this show not come about. I think that's why Martell hates that this show came. Because he knew he was gonna keep his wife because he was gonna be able to manipulate her. Child. And yeah, she did take her husband back multiple times, but it's not just about that being the reason why they probably wouldn't be jealous of Tisha. I just don't foresee her situation being something to be jealous of. Having a man dictate every single thing that you do, because we have to remember in season one, Tisha was not even allowed to use her realtor license. Remember, she had a broker's license and all of that, and she went on that interview at one of those real estate firms, and she wanted to get a job. But Marceau was like, "No, you need to be here with the kids," and they were staying in that little townhouse. And then that's when Mel came up and was like, "Girl, you don't have to be like this. We can be free." Girl, like you don't have to be in the house 24 hours a day. And then Tisha thought that they were forming a friendship, and then she got upset because Mel seemed to be acting funny, but Mel was like, I was going through something. Well, y'all know what? Well, that's probably the same thing with Destiny. Now, Destiny's just secretive, child. And then all of a sudden, she just gave us word vomit on this first episode. I was on food stamps and I couldn't tie my shoes and I didn't have nothing to eat. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. Where did all this come from? It went from, I'm not telling y'all nothing about me. So I'm about to tell y'all I used to be a singer. I was a background dancer for Janet Jackson. Me and Beyonce are first cousins. Yeah. And I had EBT. And what else is going on? I'm like, Destiny crazy, child. Oh, honey. It's a whole fool. Carol said, why does Kimmi act oblivious about Maurice's actions? She knows Maurice is a lying cheater, just like Marceau with his Africa traveling alone self. Oh, she know. Trying to rationalize it. Well, by definition, because if it was before we got married, but baby Mel quickly checked that. She said, but y'all were together though. And then Kimmi had to backpedal. Oh, yeah, we did buy a house in 2014. Well, honey, the trip was in 2015. If I'm with you enough to buy a house with you, then I'm with you. Girl, goodbye. Child, let me take some of y'all comments and y'all questions. Hold on. Diva Till 26 said, Mel is always throwing a brick, then hiding her hand. She sure is. Acme said, Tisha should have been a Zeta. Not a Zeta. Shout out to the Zetas. I have a few cousins that are Zetas. DeSosa said, I would love a wife swap, Miss Misha and Marceau for a week. I'm ready to pay for it. As a movie. Baby, he would hate me. Do you hear me? Oh, he would hate everything about me. Charles, because when I tell you I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say to him and I ain't changing it, he gonna be like, oh, please. And I bet you he'll appreciate Tisha when she get back over there too. Honey, you might be right, DeSosa. He might need a wife swap so he can appreciate the woman that he has. And speaking of, look at this picture, y'all, of the cast. This is a good looking cast. I gotta give it to him. This is a good looking cat. Now, sometimes Marceau teeth get lost when he get to grinning, but just look at the picture. They are beautiful people. They really are. Tisha looks like a baddie, Mel in the front giving a little zhuzh. Then you got, Kimmi. Kimmi was like, nah, I'm not about to put on no pomegranate. I'm coming out in my white. Kimmi giving him a little leg and then taking it right back. I love it. Maurice got on his tux. Martell gonna give it to you, honey. His jacket gonna be extra tight, child. And then, Marceau gonna come like he just came from a business trip because he can't do nothing else. But they all look good. They are a beautiful cast of people. I really hope that this season does not get too messy, but I do like a little mess, honey, because what else we gonna talk about? Come on now. I'm just hoping it don't get too bad. Jane said, if you start off being a friend to my old man, you will never be my best friend. Jane, I ain't gonna even argue with you. Do you hear me? I'm not gonna argue with you because this is the truth. Because you will forever be his friend before my friend. His friends ain't your friend. I had to learn that the hard way. I used to be always grinning. His friends, calling them, looking for them. Let me tell y'all something. I used to call and look for that ex. He will be at the friend's house while the friend telling me he ain't there. Them people ain't your friend. Jane, I agree. I totally agree with you. Hold on, let me go on down. Let's Talk said Mel is a good friend. Those chicks aren't genuine toward her. None of them are genuine toward each other. Let's talk. Dina the Explorer says somebody give Tiffany a diva cut. Somebody give Tiffany something, child. I'm so happy we didn't have to see her in the first episode. I'm like, ooh, a little break. Thank you, Carlos. And Lakeisha said, Mel is not a girl's girl. She might be a tomboy. I'm in between. I think she has friendships of convenience. It's either you can do something to accelerate my career and or something that I can prosper from, or you're there when I need a shoulder to lean on and to cry on. So she probably had compartmentalized friendships. Like when I was going through with Martell, all y'all were cool with me because I was going through. But now I'm on top. I'm up and it's stuck. So I don't need y'all like that. I don't even like Huntsville like that. Y'all country, honey. I don't want nothing to do with it. I could just hear it. So now I'm down here in ATL hanging with the likes of Portia Peach Juice Williams. And, I'm a star. So what can y'all do for me? That's what it's giving me. And I'm like, girl, how you gonna go over here with peach juice? Girl, child, let me just that's a lie for another day, honey. Because honey, that don't make no sense to me. You gonna be friends with peach juice, but okay. Okay, child. Anywho, Stephanie said she was cool with Tiffany because of the job. Mel is an opportunist when it comes to relationships. Baby, she gonna make sure she's in the room with people she can hobnob with. Do you hear me? Lana said, as long as my sister-in-law is good to my brother-in-law, we don't have forced friendships. I don't either. I don't understand that. As long as y'all cool, cool. I mean, come over on Thanksgiving and we gonna skin and grin, but other than that. Shayna, that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Shayna, thank you for the super chat. I think if the girls told Mel about the cheatations, she would have not believed them. Remember, she still had a baby after she found out. She sure did. Because they went to that log cabin and her and Martell were not sleeping in the same room. And she wanted some Cheetos with a hot bag of pickles or whatever she wanted, child. He came in that room and told her he was pregnant. She was pregnant. And then they had that elaborate baby shower thing the next season. And then, child, that's when we got introduced to Destiny. And I'm going to just say this. When we were first introduced to Destiny, I was like, please take her back. Honey, I don't know what. I think I might have disliked Destiny more when I first met her than I disliked Tiffany. It was just something about her that was very off-putting to me. But now, as the seasons are progressing, Destiny's coming around a little bit. Cause at first I was like, oh child, who invited Destiny? Oh child. Hold on, let me go on down. I see y'all super chats, so I'm gonna put them on the screen. Michelle said Miss Wanda was just embarrassing for an older woman. I heard she was acting up on that live. Tanisha says, I call everyone out, but Mel's keeping them with a job. She don't use them. They are not helping her with none of her businesses. Oh, that's another thing, Tanisha. I wish people would stop saying Mel is giving them a platform. She's not. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville. It takes all of them to make it go. Yeah, Martell and Mel were the focal point because the way that Martell cheated and the way that it came out and then it was like, ooh, is Marsau cheating too? Or what about Maurice? They had little pockets of storylines in between Mel and Martell, but I don't feel like Mel is like the giver of gifts. Like they would be nothing if Mel didn't give them this show. I don't like that. Because I feel like all of them bring something uniquely to the cast. Because I was thinking about it when I was watching the episode, and I said, you know what, we haven't seen much of Martell, which tells me that this show could move on without Martell. Okay. Then we didn't see Mel for a little bit. We just saw Destiny and Tisha, and then we saw Maurice and Kimmi talking about all the cheating stuff. And then I thought to myself, you know what? We could potentially have a spinoff with just the Scotts and all this cheating stuff they got going on. That would be a good show. And I feel like they can stand on their own. So I do feel like the cast Each brings something unique, so it's not just all about one person. But I don't think that they are giving Mel anything that she can use. Now, I ain't saying that. But I do think at the time when Martell was cheating, she leaned on Tisha and Kimmi. And I think that was for her when the show first started, they were all green. They ain't know nothing. They just now getting on the thing and being catapulted into reality TV stardom. And they didn't know this show was gonna take off like it did. When I was watching Carlos King, even he was saying, I did not know. He said, I didn't know I had a hit until I was in the airport and this woman was like, I love Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because I'm telling y'all, I used to be begging people to watch this show. Watch this show. It's about this man and he cheating. And I used to be like, girl, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching that show about that man and his cheating. I'm not about to do it. And I just used to be like, it's going to be good. Y'all, please watch it. And then season 2, it picked up a little bit more traction. And then 3 and now 4. So I feel like they all, they all giving a little zhuzh, honey. I ain't gonna let Mel take the credit like that. They all doing it for themselves. Shonda said, I really hope Kimmi is the type to correct in private because she's starting to morph into Tisha, acting like she can't tell Maurice was cheating, allegedly. Shonda, I don't think she's saying nothing in private either. But child, that's just me. I think she's saying that, but you know what? I think she's saying something to him in private, unlike the way that she says it in public. Like, what I mean is, you know how she uses that little baby voice? I think she does that because she's like, I don't want to show the cracks. Kimmi is one of those people in a relationship that our business stays inside the house. If I'm mad at you, ain't nobody gonna know I'm mad at you as soon as we get out this car. We can fuss and fight and pull each other's hair out all the way till we get to the event. As soon as we get there, as soon as we get out of the car, we're a united front. Okay, and that's that on that. I'm fine. You're fine. Give me a kiss. Don't stray too far because I don't want people thinking we got no problems. That's what I think is going on with their relationship. Now, that's just my opinion. Y'all might disagree, but I feel like she appreciates her and respects her marriage enough not to just put it all out there. Because I had to think about that and I was just like, why is Kimmi acting like this? This don't make no sense. She is so forthcoming with every person she speaks to, except when she gets to Maurice. But then I thought about it. I'm like, maybe they keep all that fighting in the house, child. Everybody don't be fighting all out in the open like Martell and them, child. They love to fight. Muriel said, I wonder if the salon was closed when Marsau went to Africa. If the salon was closed when Marsau went to Africa. Oh, the salon with the alleged mistress. Somebody said she came on and said that that wasn't true. Miss B. Carter said Mel told Tisha about the matching BMW and everything else. Did she? Amina said Mel knew years before the show aired. Jane said she will never check for them. Lady Lex said some people blame you when you tell them their man is cheating. I feel that would be Tisha. You think so, Lady Lex? Yeah, you're right. Because then the next season, Tisha will be like, well, you told me my husband was cheating on me. Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're right. Child, absolutely. Tisha will be one of them people. Tiffany said, that is so embarrassing. Everyone's smiling in your face knowing your husband has matching BMW. Tiffany, girl, the infuriating. I was so infuriated when I watched that part of the reunion. I had smoke coming from my ears because I know what it's like to be hidden out in the open. Everybody knew my husband was cheating on me except me. Everybody knew. Even my best friend, y'all. That's a story time. Okay. Everybody knew except me. I was just smiling, being all crazy, flashing my ring, honey. Whole time, the mistress right in my face, skinning and grinning. So if I really think back to it, I probably would be pissed too, and you might be my enemy. Okay, Mel. Okay, Mel. Okay, Mel. They done brought me back a little bit, honey. They might be my enemy too, child. Cause you knew that they was cheating on me and you ain't say nothing? Oh, absolutely not. Let's Talk said Tisha don't want to know and will get mad at you for telling her. I think so too. Let's Talk. I think she gonna be one of those ones that gets pissed that you told her that her man was cheating on her. Rennie said, I don't know too many folks that will tell a spouse they're being cheated on. Very few people. Um, yeah, I can see that. I feel like I would tell just because I don't want my friend to be made a fool of. Now, how I would tell is something totally different. Like, it's kind of it's an art to that. You can't just be calling her, "Hey girl, you busy? Okay, your man cheating on you, girl. I'm gonna call you right back." like, no. You gotta really know what you're doing, honey, because that can ruin an entire friendship. So yeah, I can see a lot of people keeping it to themselves. Mama the goat said, "You saw how he didn't want her to talk about coleslaw." Oh yeah, he didn't want her to say nothing about the side chick because if she did, then he already knew she was coming out guns a blazing, honey. She ready to click that live button as soon as the episode ends. Next time on Love and Marriage Live. Well, girl, please let them tell us what's gonna go. Let them tell us what we're gonna see next week. Okay. They can't even tell us what we're gonna see next week before she pushed the live button to sit up and just look at the screen. Tell my I'm unbothered. Girl, shut up. When I tell y'all that is the most aggravating woman I've ever seen, honey, let me tell you something. Forget the whole Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. I can't stand that girl Martell cheated with. I can't stand her. It's not too many times that I will say out of my mouth that I dislike a person, but I can't stand her. Everything about her gets on my nerves. The way she talks, the way she moves, the way she tries to watch every single thing Mel does and she tries to imitate it. That's the person that's imitating her. Okay, people talking about Destiny copying off Mel. Destiny was auditioning for shows, child, and getting told no a long time ago before she came on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't know why Destiny thought she was gonna come on this show and remain Casper and the friendly ghost, and we weren't gonna know nothing about her. I don't know. But the person who wants Mel's likeness is that side girl. Okay. She it's like as soon if Mel don't post nothing, she ain't gonna post nothing. As soon as Mel starts sashaying down them hallways, talking about listen to my new single Mellometers. It's out now. Here she come. Use my discount code LAMH. Girl, go away. Go away. You wanted Martell and you got him. Please go. Like, we don't want to hear nothing else from you. Every other day, you posting something in these stories, it's just gotten to a point where I'm like, don't send me nothing about this girl. I don't care what she got to say because I don't care. Like, I really don't. I really don't. I don't care nothing about what she has to say. And the reason why I don't is because I'm not going to give you a platform. I ain't even want to talk about that interview she did, child. I really didn't. I'm like, child, I don't want to talk about that interview she did over there, child, because she wasn't talking about nothing, honey. Two-parent household and your parents live in two separate houses. Go away. Okay. And then this stupid live she did the other day. So I had put in search on YouTube, Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? And so I'm like, let me just see what I was doing, honey. And I was watching other people's reviews because I like to spread the views around, Just go check out other people and see what their opinions are that differ from mine, or we might have the same opinion. I just love to support other content creators. So, child, I'm looking. I go through, I see somebody posted, uh, Arion goes live or something like that. So, child, I clicked on it and I'm watching and I'm watching and I'm watching. I'm watching. I said, when is she going to say something? She literally looked at the screen and started saying, it's 1,000 people on the live. Y'all see how it's dead air? That's exactly what she was doing. Then somebody in the comments said, girl, are you just on the live looking at how many people come in and leave? Next thing you know, it was like, maybe I think like 1,000 people on the live and went down to like maybe 600. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And then she was combing that side part. I was like, okay, I'm finna get ready to get an attitude because honey, I don't like stupidity. Like, what is wrong with you? You're just sitting up. And then she was reading the comments, and one person was like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. Somebody had said that in the comments. And she was like, and it's not, and it ain't. I was like, okay, I ain't got nothing. Child. So somebody had sent me that in my DMs. I said, listen, hey, you're nice. Hey, girl, hey, please don't send me nothing with this girl. Don't send me nothing that this girl says. Don't send me none of her posts. Don't send me none. Because at the end of the day, honey, I'm team wife. Okay. I might give Mel a hard time. I might give Tisha a hard time. I might give Kimmi a hard time. But I am team wife. Okay. So do not send me nothing that this heifer has to say. Because she ain't talking about nothing. She want to be Mel. She want to tear Mel's skin off and wear like a coat. Everything that Mel does, she tries to do it at the same time. And then on top of that, you got a man, girl. Gone, honey. She gave him to you. Gone. Be fruitful and multiply, whatever y'all was doing. But see, y'all don't want to do that now because it's not as fun as it was when he was with his wife. See, it ain't no fun when you don't have to sneak around. That's the thing. That's why Martell can't get over the fact that and Mel, she was cheated. Baby, baby, Mel said God said go. Okay, she's gone. Okay, gone with the wind, fabulous. Shout out to Kenya Moore, honey. She don't want nothing to do with you. If you don't gone, honey, exactly, JB. He don't want her at all. And and then it just, what really infuriates me when I hear people and they start to say, I kind of feel sorry for her. No, I don't. I don't feel sorry for no woman that done carried on no affair for no 5 years with a man that she knew was married. Then after the show aired season one, you continue to carry on, and now y'all have a whole child together. Do you know the amount of one thing I do have to give to Mel is it takes an immense amount of strength to persevere through knowing that you were publicly humiliated. You have the opinions of thousands and millions of other people watching your every move, not to mention this single black female trying to be you. She wants to emulate everything that you do, every little thing that you do. Honey, she want to emulate it. And she still is persevering. Her head is still held high. She's still doing her thing. She's still, a part of the show, honey, not filming with Martell as she should. And girl, go away. Get lost. Scram. Okay? Beat it. Kick rocks. Honey, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. Honey, she never will get anything from me. That's why people be DMing me and being like, why don't you post, the Love and Marriage Huntsville tea? Because she's saying this. And baby, she won't get no platform over here. Child, please. I'd rather post Melody's hit single that's sweeping the nation before I post that girl. I'm not posting nothing about her because I don't care. Okay, you get nothing from me. You accomplished exactly what you and your side part wanted to accomplish. You wanted that girl's husband. You got him. Now he don't want you. He want her. She don't want him. Child is a whole fool. And that's that on that. Skedaddle. Absolutely. October. October. I love the word skedaddle. When I tell you, ooh, honey, I love PG-13 words. Ain't they so funny? People really be thinking they be reading you when they cuss, but a true reader can read you with the most elementary school words you ever did hear, child. Woo, honey, that's funny to me. Laura, Laura, Laura said, if this girl starts singing, I am going to be through. If she starts singing, girl, I will fall off in her DMs. And normally I don't do that. I'll be like, girl, now listen. Listen to me. You will not sing a song. Okay. What did he say? She just got with Candy immediately when she saw her, like, I want to sing a song. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Y'all remember when Kim Zolciak first met Candy and she got with Candy because she wanted to sing a song? Child, I don't have time to play. Tanisha said, yes, guys, it's just a show. These people have a life outside of this show, and I'm glad some of them are using the platform to better their life. Mel should just bow out gracefully and leave this show. Yeah, I think eventually when Love and Marriage DC comes along, it's not going to be such a magnifying glass on Huntsville, but Huntsville is the originator. And I got to say, they deliver each and every season. But yeah, I don't want us to be divided in the comments and whatnot. And another thing, too, when we get in the comments after, I do my reviews or even other content creators, just be nice. Do y'all know how hard it is to do the review and be fearful of putting the review out? Because everybody in the comments just ripping you a new one. You don't like Mel? You don't like Tisha? What's wrong with Kimmi? Who said this about Martell? We are looking at the screen before we press upload like, damn, I hope they don't get mad. Okay, did I say the right thing? Wait a minute. Does everybody agree with me about Mel? Well, let me check the comments. Because if they don't agree, then I'll redo the video. No, okay, because at first I was kind of like that. I was like, you know what? I don't want no smoke in my comments because this is some lighthearted shade with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. I don't want no problems. But then I had to think about it. No, I originally started my channel because this is my opinion. Okay. And people gravitated to the channel because this is my opinion. But let's just be nice to the content creators. And, when they put out stuff, child, if you don't agree, keep on going, child, because Mel don't care about none of us, honey. She think we so uncool. She think we acting a fool. And all her friends be roasting us. And then when it comes to Destiny Child, turn it up, it's on another level. When it comes to Tisha, she gonna stay at the event. When it comes to Kimmi, she gonna be the level-headed one. When it comes to Maurice, he gonna be a liar. When it comes to Marsau, he thinks he's the smartest man in the room. And we all know Martell has a peanut brain to match them smile suits that he likes to wear. And that's that on that. So, like, that's pretty much the review, okay? That's just pretty much how it goes. I'm just saying, child. Woo, it's a whole fool. Lil Baby said, I agree. Since Mel sees them as lessers for still being in Huntsville, her life is popping and she plain old don't like them. Her remaining on the show is futile at this point. Basically. Basically. Yes, Chandra, absolutely. She said, I like Mel, but everyone has a right to like who they want. And I do like Mel too. I do. I like Mel, but I just want her to be a little nicer. And I want her to be authentic. Like, be the male that is a little bit more relatable because we all relate to, well, not all of us, because everybody in the world ain't been cheated on. Hey, Crystal. But those of us who have gone through what Mel has gone through, that's how we related to her. You know, when Mel had the short sides and the long bang, we related to that. We was like, okay, Mel, give it to him, bang and all. And that's when she had them blonde bangs. We related to that. So I feel like people are starting to see that once, things elevate for you, then you turn into this different person. And we just want her to remain relatable. That's all. Cause you can tell when it's fake. All that, girl, you got a puppy? Girl, what's his name? Okay. Girl, Mm-mm. That ain't real, child. That ain't real. Absolutely not. A. Marie said, or I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Everyone has crossed her. That's why she's upset. Yeah, true. Because let me tell you something. I had an attitude. When I went back into work after finding out my husband had cheated on me, okay, and everybody knew, baby, don't speak to me. Don't say good morning to me. And when I tell you I would say that out loud, they would be like, good morning, baby. Don't say good morning to me, bitch. Well, we ain't friends. Don't say nothing to me. And they will come to me during lunch. Hey, how's it going? Go to hell. Like, that's the kind of attitude I had because, I had not quite healed and everybody knew and nobody told me. Like, let me in on the joke. But, now I'm able to, when they say good morning, I still say go to hell. But I say it with a smile. Good morning, go to hell. How's the day going? Child, I hit them with a go to hell and got about my business, child. I ain't got time. Sapphire 7 said, I loved that long bang. The weave can change your personality. Sapphire, I said good day. Oh, child, I'm not about to play with y'all. Why y'all got to do this every single review? Why? Why, Sapphire? Just why? Not the weave could change it real quick, child. But listen, them weaves came a long way. Because y'all remember when she had that Tyler Perry wig on. You remember that blonde wig that she had braided to the back when she walked up to Martell and said, your mama told me you got a boy on the way. Oh, child, I ain't gonna never forget that. Baby, when she had that blonde wig on, I said, somebody pray for Mel. Honey, he got her going so crazy she can't even put her wigs on her right. Oh, child, this is a fool. Mm-mm-mm. But it's all love over here. We like the cast that's in its entirety, honey. We ain't gonna scratch and claw each other's eyes out because next thing you know, they'll all be friends again and pretending to be friends again anyway. And then we'll all be fighting each other. Child, I ain't about to be fighting with y'all because of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Absolutely not. Child, please. Donna D said Melody is honing her acting skills on the show now. She's looking for something bigger than the play, her shaman role. Oh, baby, and speaking of that shaman, did y'all see the shaman was calling out Melody? Saying that she doesn't know how to have real, true friendships. And she, Carlos called her on there to try to change the narrative as it relates to Mel and make her more relatable. And let me tell y'all something. Honey. If y'all go back and listen to my reviews, from the very first beginning when my sound was bad, honey, and I sound like I was sitting, in the restroom or something, honey. The acoustics were acousticking on these reviews. And I remember saying when I watched that scene with that lady when they were in the pumpkin patch and Mel was talking to the kids in front of them, I said, this scene seems very fake. It seems contrived almost. Like, what is this? I'm not liking it. I don't want to talk. I don't think y'all should be talking about this in front of the kids. And baby, everybody went crazy. Why you saying that? Because it's fake. And baby, I've been vindicated 2 years later. That lady did a whole whatever she did, honey. I don't know if it was a live, it was a meeting of the minds. Honey, I don't know what it was, but it was giving something creepy. And she said that Carlos had asked her to come on and do these scenes with Mel to make it seem like something that it was not. And Mel doesn't know how to have friends, and she's disposed of all of them and all of this. And I'm like, what? Yes, Tonga, absolutely. And that's another thing, too. And I had to turn it off because I started feeling like that. She said that shaman is a witch. Melody didn't call her. She didn't. Carlos did. And put it all together. Because I was thinking, this just don't seem right. Something about that lady ain't right. And I remember saying that on the review. And people were like, what's wrong with the lady trying to get the kid? I'm like, I don't want this woman talking to these kids. It's something about this woman that I don't trust. I said, it's just something about this ain't right. And it was creepy, and the baby was crying, and it just didn't give me good vibes. And then all of a sudden, she came out with this. I said, see, I be knowing y'all. Y'all gonna start listening to me. I told y'all. I was like, honey. C. Logan said, when Mel's lips was mouthing the words while the son was speaking. No, not that. That was another time. That was last season when her and Martell took the kids to the park. Not that scene. It was a scene where she took the kids to the pumpkin patch. She was just starting to, really let them know that mommy and daddy are separating and this is what's going to happen. And then this weird lady shows up and she's sitting down, and she said that she was called there. This was season 2, or it might have been at the beginning of season 3. I don't know. Go back to season 2 or go to the beginning of season 3. It's one of those. I'm going to look it up and put it in the comments. But they went to the pumpkin patch. Mel starts to talk about the relationship that, her and Martell had, and the lady started talking. And I was like, what is happening? And it's just something about that scene. I was like, this scene right here is giving me Jeepers Creepers. It's dark outside, honey. The pumpkins are looking like jack-o'-lanterns. I don't like it. Child, I don't like nothing about it. Sis said that shaman just mad. She thought she was going to. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm ending this live, child. I'm not even gonna finish. I'm just gonna end this live, child. I'm not about to play with y'all. Not that Shaman thought she was gonna be Iyanla. Mel don't want to work with her, so she mad. Oh, I love y'all, child. Even in the midst of adversity. Whew. Y'all know how to keep me laughing, honey. Jane said, you're not ever talking about kids. Yes. I was like, why is that lady talking to them kids? And I remember being on the phone with my friend at the time. And I said, girl, I don't trust this lady with this little turban on or whatever, child. She talking to these children. The children are crying. Honey, I think males should get out of there. Take them jack-o'-lanterns and go. Whatever y'all gonna get to car for October 31st or whatever y'all gonna do, honey, get them pumpkins and do whatever y'all gonna do, honey, but leave this woman alone. I remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, the woman came and did the whole meeting of the minds or whatever, and she was welcoming people in, and it was just creepy. And she was saying that Carlos has put it all together and said that he wanted her to go meet with Mel and this and that. And I knew it. I knew it. When Tay Talk said, what about the part when the shaman apologized to Mel for drinking all the champagne on her champagne wall and crying nonstop? Yes. See, okay, so now y'all remembering what I'm saying. Absolutely. Weird vibes. And wasn't that the same woman that had that play that she wanted Mel to be in, but then Mel wasn't reading the lines right, and then Martell was getting jealous because Mel was about to be a superstar? Y'all remember? Remember, it was like a play, and I think she's the one who wrote the play. Because if I'm not mistaken, when she did that live, she started talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, and even with my play, I don't feel like she was doing her best. Girl, I don't want to be in that play, girl." Anywho, ain't nobody got time to play with her. Sasha said, whenever you get some free time, will you be adding these lives to your playlist? I do have a playlist that says that's nothing but lives. I just did it today. I tried to give my channel some kind of structure because Charlotte was just all over the place. So now things are streamlined. So when you go on there, you will see a playlist that's nothing but lives. But if you want me to, I can create a playlist for Love and Marriage Huntsville lives, Ready to Love lives, Married at First Sight. I can categorize them like that for you if you want me to. But yeah, I do. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes. Goddess Godiva or Godiva says, where is Mel's true friends? Where is the one with the house she filmed at? The one she left the kids with? Oh, Stormy. Oh, baby. Stormy is coming through. on this season. And baby, that's the one who was hollering and hooping and hollering with Tisha and Destiny. And they're about to go toe to toe. Oh yeah. Stormy on this season too, baby. And I can't wait to see her. I didn't think she was gonna act up like that. I said, baby, not they got Stormy acting up. Baby, this a whole fool. She sure was. The shaman was there for Destiny's Day retreat too. She sure was there. And that's when Mel was like, no, I don't want to get back cool with Tisha. I'm good. And baby, Mel can't stand Tisha. She can't stand her. Yes, that's the same lady that went camping with Denise. Absolutely. The exact same woman. Hold on. A. Thomas said, I think Mel's difficulty with maintaining friendships has to do with her attachment style from childhood and her significant negative experiences. I can see that too because I can relate to that. Cause when I was younger, girls would make fun of me all the time when she thinks she's pretty or she thinks she's this and and it kind of gave me like a complex when it came to making friends with girls. So I can understand that. Look, I can see you outside, honey. I ain't gonna just cuss you out and be like, hell no, I'm saying this and it. No. If you say something that I think makes some sense, I'm with you. Cooley said, the shaman is right. Mel's as big as a narcissist as for the streets hoped. She is pretensive and fake healed, bitter and miserable, and she wants everyone around her, especially the ones who knew to be as well. Cooley, we'll get into it. And she sure did say that on that live too. She said she's a narcissist, just like Martell. And she also said that she doesn't know how to formulate friendships. And I'm like, well, honey, if everybody's saying it, it might be you. Okay. I'm just saying. So that's why I didn't find what Tisha said at the reunion to be that bad. She said she didn't know how to be a friend. And I mean, I feel like that's the truth. Yes, there you go. Thank you, Phil. Ima. Ima was her name. I think it's pronounced Ima. Yes, that's her name. Thank you, Phil. Because I totally forgot her name. If y'all look it up, then you'll be able to see it over on the YouTube. But honey, look it up after this live go off. Okay, don't y'all leave this live now. Y'all stay here. Stay here. We got 3 more minutes. Oh my goodness. MT69 said, why do some people think wrapping a scarf around their head makes them deep and spiritual? Baby, they'll do it in a minute, honey. Don't let them get them little beads that put around their neck at the same time. Baby, the beads and the head wrap, you can't tell them nothing. I said, child, what is going on here? And then she was drinking water. She was like, hold on, let me cleanse my palate or something. I was like, this woman, Carlos Kang. Stop calling any old and every old body to come on this show. Child, calling anybody he can find down in Huntsville. Down at the local Walmart, finding people to come on the show. Kathy said, who brought her to the camping trip anyway? Strange, and stranger. Yes, she wrote the play. She mad Mel didn't do it. Okay, so I was right. Okay, I was wondering if that was the same woman. Yeah, and she was like, she didn't give her all in the play. I'm like, girl, not that play. You better be glad she gave you a chance with that play, okay? Because it was giving absolutely nothing, if we really want to be real. Yes, y'all, please like the live. Thank you, Key Kelly. Nisi said, thank you for the super chat. She said, do you think that baby is LeBeric's? Look just like him. Baby, he can't deny that baby. Have y'all seen the baby on his Instagram? I definitely do believe that that's his baby. Looks just like him. But do I think he for the streets and I can't believe he left this woman right after she done had a baby? What is happening? What did she do so wrong that you had to leave right after she gave birth to your child? Baby, that's a low down man. Now, oof. Some of these men ain't do y'all hear me? Tanisha said, well, to me, everyone want beef with Mel and Mel pays them dust. Baby, they all want to fight. They all want to fight with Mel, honey. And she just singing and acting like they don't even exist. Donna D said, I hope that Tisha has a boyfriend like her mother. That way she doesn't have to worry about Marcel. Tisha ain't got no man, child. Ooh, honey, Tisha faithful to her man. Chris said, if Mel is a bad friend, then Tisha, Kimmi, Destiny are not good friends either. I absolutely agree. I said the same thing. None of them friends. It's just a show about people who don't like each other. And then in the center of it is Mel and Martell. Mel was suffering through verbal/mental abuse, yet they continued to want her to be with her husband at that time. Chris, When they kept saying, especially this is, let me tell y'all something. I know everybody like Kimmi. We about to get off of here, honey, because it's the last minute in the live. For Kimmi to want Mel to continue on with this relationship with Martell told me all I needed to know. I know she is a fan favorite, honey, but she got some flaws as well. Because why would you want? I don't care if you like to see them together. I don't care if they're aesthetically pleasing when you see the two of them standing up next to each other because they look great as a couple. They have beautiful children. The girls look just like her. The boy look just like him. It's picture perfect almost. All you need is a white picket fence. But why are you constantly trying to put these people back together? The man broke her down to the ground. Let me tell you something. I had a friend, okay, and then we're going to end this live, that actually had enough nerve to tell me after being physically and emotionally and verbally abused. So you don't ever think that y'all can maybe work it out? Baby, when I tell you I hung that phone up so good and blocked her and never spoke to her again, and my other friend was like, well, dang. No. Why would you say that to me? When you saw me on my knees begging God to release me from the shackles, honey, when you saw me being abused, why would you say to me? And some people say that kind of stuff because they want to like take a dig at you on the slick. It's like, well, why don't y'all get back together? They want to see you abused. They want to see you hurt. They want to see you downtrodden. They want to see you, barely making it. If anybody, still to this day, if anybody comes to me and says, well, do you ever think y'all can work it out? Blocked from my life completely, permanently, forever. Y'all know what I went through from before I was pregnant all the way until after I had my baby. And y'all saw the abuse I went through. So why would you say that? That means you're not my friend. So therefore, and thus and such, you're my enemy. Shout out to Mel. Child, absolutely not, honey. You're done. You're done. Kathy says, someone said Mel has PTSD from Martell and all of them that knew and wasn't friend enough to talk to her in private. I agree with that. I agree with that. I can't not agree with it because I have lived that, so I understand. They want to see you downtrodden, Chandra. Absolutely. Sitting up here telling me what you think about y'all getting back together. What you think about going to hell expeditiously. And don't stop for nothing. Just go. Kimmi is going to get another dog, and Tisha is going to get another degree while these Scott men continue to cheat. And on that note, we are going to end this live. Y'all, please like the live for me. There are 877 of you on this live. I had such a fun time talking to y'all about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes, Charmaine, it's called Betrayal Trauma. Thank you, girl. Absolutely. Listen. We are going to come back again after the episode goes off on Friday of this week. So we're going to meet back here, same time, same bad channel on Tuesday to discuss the episode that goes off on Friday. Because, baby, I think this is the episode where they're going to be getting into it. Like getting up, trying to fight each other. And Tisha going to have on them pink pleather pants. And I think Destiny going to look at Mel and Mel going to look at Destiny. And then Stormy going to look at Stormy and Stormy going to look at this. Child, it's going to be a whole fool. Okay? And we're going to come back and discuss it and get into it as we get into it. Thank you for everybody who joined me. Thank you for all the super chats. Please like the live on your way out so it can be pushed out to more people. That helps the algorithm. That helps, my channel to continue to grow. And, it just helps me out a little bit. Okay. So please like the live. If you didn't get a chance to listen to the entire thing, you can join the replay gang. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Also, there will be a poll up tomorrow if Married at First Sight does not air to see if y'all want to talk about young, famous, and African. If you want to talk about that tomorrow during a live, we can do that. If not, then y'all let me know that too. I will catch y'all on the flip side. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Night, night, y'all. Thank you for the super chats and thank you for the cash apps. Bye, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your week.